This conference will now be recorded.
All right, well, welcome everybody to Bridalwood Insurance. I'm Jeff Wetzel, president of Bridalwood Insurance, and here we go. We're going to do another 12-week course of Bridalwood Boot Camp. So just to kind of give you a little background, 10 years ago, funny how all this stuff starts at somewhere, right? So 10 years ago, my mom asked me about Medicare. She had a question. She said, every year I have to change my plan. I got to change my doctors. What am I supposed to do? And I said, well, don't you have an agent or somebody you talk to? And she said, yeah, but he never calls me back. I said, well, give me his number. I'll call him. I'm sure he'll talk to me. So I called him. He didn't call me back. Called a second time, didn't call me back. Called a third time. I said, look, if I have to go track your butt down, I'm going to do it. So you better call me back. Nothing came back. So anyway, the guy's in Vegas. I wasn't going to drive from San Diego to Vegas to track this guy down, although I wanted to. I said, Mom, don't worry about it. I'll go do my own due diligence and figure this stuff out, and I'll get back to you. So I made a few phone calls about how to get into Medicare, how does this stuff work, and basically taught myself how to do it. I made some phone calls. I found my way to a United Healthcare, and I told them what I wanted. I had some questions about my mom, and they said, we actually have a training coming up here pretty soon. Maybe you'd like to go through the training. It's a couple-day course. We'd just kind of get you started. So I went and I did that and just saw this wide open opportunity. They said, you might be kind of good at this. Would you like going on a few appointments? We have people that call in United and want an agent to come out and see them. I said, sure, why not? Let's check it out. I went on these appointments and just found an opportunity of being able to help people and just being able to understand how all the pieces work. It was so gratifying to be able to help a senior out that really didn't know where to turn. And so by just being able to do that, I went home, I told my wife, I know what I'm going to do the rest of my life. And we kind of switched jobs. I put my head down and I've done Medicare ever since. So basically what boot camp is you can go through all the module training. You can do all this certifications. You can do the AHIP test. And guess what? When you get all done, you still don't have a clue what to do next, right? So what boot camp is to build your business from the ground up. I did it. I went from 0 to 1,200 customers in 5 years, right? 1,200 active customers. At that point, it was like, how do I get to 5,000? How do I get to 10,000 customers? The answer is you don't do it by yourself. I mean, there's only so many hours in a day. The only way you can do it is to have a company. That's when I started Bridalwood Insurance. And so I took my 1,200 book of business, I handed it to my wife, Kim, and I said, here, you handle my customers, and I'm going to go build and help agents build their book of business. And in 5 years, yeah, Bridalwood's gone from 0 to 300 active agents now. We're #1 in San Diego. We're like #2 Southern California. We're now in Denver, Minneapolis, Boise, Des Moines, Chicago. That's just rocking and rolling. So what we're going to teach you in the next 12 weeks is good habits. It's good habits. If you do this over and over and over, you will build a Medicare book of business. It's a terrific business, but it takes some work. You're going to have to work at it, and we're going to show you how to do it. So this time, congratulations. You don't have to listen to me for 12 weeks. You've got Kim Wetzel and you got Mark Robertson. Both have been through boot camp a couple of times now. Mark flunked it many, many times. And now finally, he's in a position that he can teach it for himself. So anyway, without further ado, who's leading off here?
We're just going to do it together.
And how are they going to do the camera?
We're going to put it up.
Well, terrific. So they got it all figured out. So with the start here's Kim Wetzel.
Hi, everyone. This is Kim and this is Mark, and we're going to be your leaders, I guess, for the next few weeks, trying to get through all of this. So thank you all for attending and coming. We would like to, first off, we wanted to get a kind of an idea of how many people are actually going to be participating every week. We know that some of you are brand new agents and others are seasoned agents that are just coming in for a refresher. But for the brand new agents that are participating, we're going to be assigning homework and, helping out with questions you have and getting things set up. So we need to take a roll call or an attendance. So we're going to address that here in a few seconds, but
I'm gonna pass this. We have a sheet for the people that are in the office right now, Kim, so I'm gonna send this around.
okay.
What we need from you, if you're calling in, we're gonna send out an email, like Kim said at the end of the session. We need an email address, maybe a good phone number we can call or text. And I think that's it for now.
Yep,
And then
yep.
we'll be able to send everything to you. This will be recorded. It's being recorded now, so we'll send you the recorded session and then any homework and assignments that we need. So I'm gonna pass this around our office.
Okay.
And then, so anybody online right now, which is I see a lot of people that are called in and online right now.
Yeah, I got a great turnout. That's
I know,
awesome.
that's awesome. So make sure that you are giving us those 3 bits of information: name, email address that we can email all the time, and a good phone number that you can either call or text. Okay?
Okay.
Oh, this is us. This is Kim. Kim's on the left and I'm on the right.
Are you sure?
Exactly. Otherwise we got problems. Okay, so we'll
Okay.
start right into this thing.
Don't forget to look in the camera.
Yeah.
Every once in a while I gotta look at you
Maybe we
guys.
should pull it this way a little bit.
Want to put it over here next to Vicky?
Yeah, well, that and behind this, behind the screen, so we can kind of look at both.
So
There you go.
there
That's
we
it.
go.
Maybe scoot it this way, just a smidge. This way. There we go. All right.
Oh, look at us.
Please,
We're awesome.
please, everybody, bear with us. This is our first time doing this. and
Yes,
so
correct. We do a lot
First
of-
time I've ever been on camera even, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, we do a lot of presentations for seniors and things and Medicare presentations, but first time ever doing it together, so we might
Exactly.
step on each other's toes a little bit,
Right.
but just bear with us. We'll get through it and we'll get better at it.
Yep.
So our first thing we're gonna dive right in here is between 1946 and 1964, there were 76 million babies were born in this country. Okay.
Yeah, it was right after the World War II and all the men were coming home from war.
And what are you gonna say about that, Kim?
Yeah, I just want to say that. That's why that happened.
And how did this happen? It's called the
So-
baby boomers. Did you guys know
Exactly.
the baby boomers? So everybody
Yeah.
came home from war and they made babies. So we're in the 7th year of this 18-year cycle. So what that means for everybody is we're in a perfect time to be getting into the Medicare business or to be in the Medicare business. There's never been more people turning 65 in this country. So this is huge. So we're only in the 7th year. So we got 18 and there's 18 more years. So what's 18 minus 7, Kim?
11.
So there you go. So we got 11 more years. And guess what they all are going to need?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think since we're here talking about it, they're going to need Medicare. Look at us, we're already doing well
Medicare
playing off each
insurance.
other. I
Yeah,
like
there we
this.
go.
Okay, so they're all going to need Medicare. So what we're trying to say here is it's a great time to be in the business. It's not going away anytime soon. It's not here for a year and oh my God, I got to rush and get all this money. It's going to be here for a while. So perfect time to be starting in this.
Absolutely.
So there's currently 55 million people, Americans, on Medicare. 46 million aged in, turning 65, 9 million on disability. I kind of just give you some numbers on what we're working with here. By 2030, Medicare is expected to reach 79 million members. 79 million. So what was it at? It's 55 now, 79 by 2030. That's a huge. It's 24 million in 11 years. Kim did the math. She was right. 11 years.
Double
from
check it. I don't know.
So that's
Alexa, disconnect from Bluetooth.
No reason that you should be worried about having to rush into this and get it all done in this year. Next year, it's going to be here for a while. So,
Okay.
so real quick on housekeeping, if you are called in, and please mute yourself. If you can't, we're going to try and mute you.
We've muted everyone. Please don't unmute yourself.
If you do unmute yourself, then it disrupts
Right.
everything. So we're going to mute you again.
What we would really ask is if you have questions, there is a chat box on the screen. Go ahead and enter your question there. We'll repeat the question and then answer it for you, okay?
Yeah.
So if you can just keep yourselves muted, that really helps us a lot. We don't
Kim's
have
got it
enough
right
feedback.
here on the laptop that she's monitoring the chat. So if you raise
Yep.
your hand, it's called raising your hand. We'll see that it, hey, Cal Reese showed up.
All
You're late,
right.
so Cal Reese has homework.
Okay.
So yeah, so raise your hand, ask the question, and either me or Kim will notice that, hey, we got a chat question, so we'll answer it for you. If not now, at the very end.
Okay.
Okay? Oh, we got to click off of this.
Okay, my bad.
That's okay.
There we go.
Okay, so here's one of our sayings. Thomas Edison said this: opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work. So what's that basically saying?
This is a boot camp. So what we're trying to tell you is that we want everybody to be fully participating. We're going to expect a lot of you. We're going to have homework and we're going to take roll call and make sure that everybody's participating and getting the most out of this that they can. This is for your benefit, not ours. So we want everybody to be fully, committed to this
Correct.
process.
We're doing this for you guys. We want you to learn like we did.
Right.
I'm getting paid 0 of 0 is 0.
Exactly.
And I know Kim's
Likewise.
getting 0. So we're doing this to say, you guys, we're doing this for the benefit of you guys, and make sure you're taught the right way, you're trained the right way, you learn the right way.
Right.
So these are all habits that Jeff's instilled in all of us,
Yep.
and Jeff's doing very well at this, as you well know. So there's nothing, we don't want to reinvent the wheel.
Right, exactly. Again, the attendee list is going to be, for here in the office, we're passing around a sign-in, but for everybody else, if you're going to be participating each week as a new agent and that's trying to go through the whole process, we need you to send to Mark, and this is his email
How
address,
dare you
Mark.
put mine on there?
Mark@bridalwoodinsurance.com. Mark with a C, not a
Ah,
K.
yeah, Mark with
There
a
you
C.
go.
We have a Mark with a
Yeah.
K here, and he doesn't know what we're doing. so.
Exactly. Don't be sending it to him. But
So-
we need you to email us your name, your phone number, and the email. That way we can make sure you get all of the homework, any of the added materials that we send out, like spreadsheets, that sort of thing.
And this recorded video we're going to send to you
Exactly.
too, so you can refer back to stuff.
Absolutely.
Because we're going to go through it quickly and get as much as we can in the hour and a half we have.
You got it.
Okay, so this is kind of a broad question, but it's the real question. Why are you here? Why is anybody in here? Why is Cal here? Why is Vicky here? Why is Yolanda here? Why are we here? Why are you guys here? So we have to make more money. Everybody wants to make more money and live a better life and be able to buy nice things. Build my own business. Some people like the freedom of owning their own business and being able to write their own hours.
Yeah.
I
Get
mean,
up late.
I
stay
have
up
kids.
late,
I have
whatever.
kids that I like to go do Little League with, so I know I like to be able to get off at certain days early
Absolutely.
and be able to go deal with the baseball stuff. So that's one of the reasons I do it. And of course, everybody has people they want to help. I
Exactly.
mean, if you're not in this to help people, then you're in the wrong
Yeah,
business. Because
exactly. You got
there's no
that.
better feeling is when you get an application done. And Yolanda can attest by this. She just wrote a few in the last few days with me. And she knows that helping people, we did a presentation and she got a hug and then she got a second hug. So nothing feels better than when you leave an appointment, someone hugs you and is like, thank you so
Right.
much for helping us. So
Any other reason that you guys can think of
Yeah,
that,
it-
I mean, if you're out there,
Is
you
there any
can
more
send
reasons,
us in
Cal,
a
you know?
question too, or comment?
Yeah, I'm here to be a part of the family and to help out that family where I can and, to get help and make myself better. I have goals, I want to move to Spain or Portugal in a few years.
That's a good reason.
Wow,
Use
yeah.
that residual so I can eat well.
Okay, so hold on a second. So Cal's saying, I don't know if you can hear him what he's saying, but Cal's saying he wants to be able to be a part of a family and a team, which we are big time here at Bridalwood. If you're in this area, and if you're in one of those hubs that you're in right now, Boise, Denver, Chicago, Iowa, all those, you know that they have the agent managers there that'll make you a part of the family. And so what Cal's saying, he wants to retire and go move to Portugal and do some fun things with his life.
Yeah.
So what's he saying? So go ahead, Cal. What else? Is there anything else? Those are great reasons.
Okay, well, that's basically it. I'll just hold it for
Okay.
at this point. And
Okay.
learn more, of course.
Learn more. Great. Yeah.
Okay.
It's always fun to help people and learn something. Vicky, I know.
Cal.
Cal's going to Portugal. Vicky's going to Portugal with Cal.
They're moving
For all good
together.
reasons.
And I know Yolanda got into it with her mother, and we went to her mother's home where she lives, and she lives in a 55 and over thing, and we signed up some people there and helped them out. So I know one of her reasons is helping people. I know that.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So those are good reasons. If anybody wants to enter a message and tell us any extra reasons, we'll raise your hand.
Okay. Residual income.
There you go. Oh, hey, let's go back real quick. Residual income is perfect reason. So
Absolutely.
you wake up in the morning, let's say you get a bunch of customers in your database, you get up there in the Jeff Wetzel area or one of our agent managers is doing really well. You wake up in the morning, you haven't done a thing yet, and you're making a lot of money. So
Okay.
residual income is great. Keep them on the books and you make that money every year. You got to get it off there. I can't click
I
ahead.
know, I'm sorry. Just
No, she's
checking to
checking,
see.
make
Sorry, we're just checking to see if somebody's.
Okay,
unmuted.
so here's the problem why everybody doesn't make a gajillion dollars at this. Everybody wants to eat, but few are willing to work. So who said that? Doesn't say who said it. No one. So this guy, I love this slide. This
He's
guy's
awesome.
38 years old. He's worked hard. So
He
why
said,
agents?
Sales is high pressure and high stress, and I'd die young. That's a lie. I'm 38 now, and I feel fantastic. And he looks good too, doesn't he?
So these are some of the reasons why agents don't succeed in Medicare. And look at the number one reason right there. They're lazy. Most agents you'll find are lazy. in the other businesses. We won't let you be lazy here at Bridalwood, but
Nope. But there
if you
a
are,
lot
we'll
of
cut you loose. So you gotta be ready to go. Fail to train. All you people here are ready to go with that.
Exactly.
So number 2, you've already checked off your list. Invest in your business. We'll get into a little more down the road on that, but you have to put a little bit of investment of your time and money into this business to be able to build your business. Not a people person. You got to be able to.
You got to be a people person. You got to love what you're doing. You got to love working with people, seniors especially. And they need, a lot of times, they need a lot of hand holding and walking through it more than once, for them to understand it. But if you are the kind of personality that gravitates towards that, you're going to do well in this business.
Exactly.
You got to be a people person.
You definitely have to be that. Analyze till they paralyze. Ugh, easy to say. So that means just don't overdo this. Learn, be organized, get everything, get your ducks in a row, but don't do everything and then don't talk to anybody. I've got it all down, Mark. What am I doing wrong?
I know exactly what
No.
I'm doing, but now I don't know how to do it.
Exactly.
We don't
Don't
want to do
overanalyze it.
At
And-
some point, as Jeff always says, you can learn to swim by reading just so much in a manual. At some point, you actually have to get in the water and put your face in there and blow some bubbles.
So yes.
We
so
want
you've gotta-
everybody to know that, your agent managers as well as us will always be there to go out with you on an appointment if
Correct.
necessary, to walk you through, answering questions. If you're at an appointment by yourself and you have a question, first resource should always be your agent manager. If for some reason you can't reach out to them, they're busy or they're not answering their phone, then you can always reach out to one of us. Somebody here at the office, we can always help you.
Well, you're
Okay.
talking to 3 people that you're their agent manager, so
I know,
you're not
yeah,
available.
yeah.
They're calling you
Then
again.
you're in big trouble, right?
Exactly.
No.
So yeah, perfect. And then lack of commitment, that just means if you don't really, your heart's not in it and you don't want to do this, you're in the
Right.
wrong business. You got to want to do this. You want to gotta help people and do the work. Go ahead, Kim.
Oh, people often say that motivation doesn't last. Well, neither does bathing. That's why we all recommend it. We recommend doing it daily. That's a Zig Ziglar quote.
Zig Ziglar has a lot of good quotes like that.
Absolutely. So basically, you got to know that when you get into this business, you have to put the effort into it, and you're going to get great outcome. And we want you to understand, and this is a big thing that I had to kind of come to realize because I've been in sales before, and I don't really care for sales. But Medicare is really not sales. You're not in sales at this point. You are a problem solver. You are going to delve down into whatever that individual that you're sitting with, whatever their personal situation is, who their doctors are, what hospital they want to go to, what medications they're on, what kind of health issues
Absolutely.
they have. Delve into all of that, deep dive in, get it all set up, and then you're going to walk them through how Medicare works, and you're going to present their options to them, and you're going to help them decide what's the best option for them.
So none of that sounds like a sales pitch.
Nope,
It all
none of
sounded
it's
like
a sales pitch. They all
you're-
need this at age 65 or when they leave their group insurance. If they work later, they all need Medicare.
so you're a problem solver. You're not really
Yep.
selling them anything. You're just helping them fix their problems they're going to have.
Now, they're already getting stacks
You'll
of
see.
mail and everything else. You're going
Do
to be
you?
the one that helps kind of clear all that junk and clutter out of the way and get them moving forward.
And Cal and Yolanda, I know have seen that before already, that the stack of stuff they get, and we'll get into that later on. Okay, so basically Bridalwood Boot Camp is designed to teach you how to build a Medicare marketing system. So let's market ourselves, okay?
Right.
So that's the big
So
point.
let's not reinvent the wheel. There's a tried and true way of working this, and Jeff's done it, and a lot of his agent managers have done it, and we're just going to relay to you guys how they did it.
And this next slide is great. So here's the plan. Here's where you're looking. You're starting on your little bicycle and you're going to ride it perfectly right to the
You
finish
think
line. Everything's going to be
that's
great.
exactly how this is
And this is
gonna
what's
go.
really going to happen when you start this business. You're going to get phone calls, and Yolanda can attest to this is what's happening to her right now. Is she's doing great and she's getting them done, but she's going through this and calling and this and that.
Yep.
So it takes some work, and you got to know what you're doing, and you got to be ready to make phone calls and call your agent manager and, hey, what happened here? What happened here? Why did this happen? And people have different problems all the time. Kim.
Right, yep.
So I love that slide.
But
So
we really want you to know that, reach out to the agent manager or to any of us if you have questions. We don't want you to feel like you're going through this second side of the slide here by yourself. We're there to help.
We've been through
Okay,
it.
yep.
Okay, so another perfect example, good system shortens the road to the goal. So if
Right.
you have a good system, we don't reinvent the wheel, work the system. Jeff's done it, did very well at it. Kim's doing it now, I'm doing it, and all the agents out there that are logged on, that are seasoned agents, know that if you keep working this good system, it's gonna work. It's
Right,
tried and true, it's been tested, and it works.
yep.
Don't reinvent it. So here's kind of just how it's gonna go for this. If you
So
guys,
this is, yeah, the boot camp is designed to be a 12-week course. We're gonna actually do is there's gonna be times when we can condense it 2 or 3 modules into 1 week. And if we can do that, we'll do it to save everybody some time and effort. But for the most part, it's gonna be 12 modules, if you will, 11 modules and a graduation party. But anyway, we're gonna get you through this whole thing. But every week, not every week, but most weeks, there's gonna be homework. There's gonna be expectations from us, of you, to make sure that you guys are all participating and getting the most out of this that you can.
and so, yeah, we're gonna go all the way from product training to phone calls, how to talk on the phone, things to do face to face, how to talk to your client right across the table.
Some of
from you.
these things I'll probably be more versed in, and some of these things
Exactly.
Mark will, so he'll take
Very
over.
good at face to face.
We're also gonna try and get some agent managers to come in, some seasoned agent managers, and partake in this and kind of relay some of the information they have
and go over some
experiences.
obstacles they've
Yep.
had. We've all had obstacles, and how
Absolutely.
to jump over those obstacles, get over those hurdles when you have a question that you have no idea what the
Right.
answer is to you for it.
Okay. So these are the tools that you're gonna need for the Bridalwood Boot Camp, okay? Now, there's gonna be a little capital outlay on some of this, unless you've already got some of these items, but, again, you're building your business. You're gonna have to, at some point, put a little bit of money into building that business. We're gonna try and keep everything to a minimum in the beginning to get you up and running, but
Correct.
after, the first 6, 7, 8 months, then there's gonna be things like purchasing leads and things like that, you're gonna wanna try and commit some amount of money each month to helping build your business.
And we're not talking about thousands of dollars.
No, we're not.
We're not. We're talking about a minimal amount.
But go back one screen, please.
Sure.
So one of the things you're gonna need is a computer. Now, it doesn't have to be a laptop, but if you do have a laptop, that's great, because when you go out to, meet with your clients or your prospects, it's great to have that along. A lot of times you can do some of these applications online. It makes it much easier and quicker to even get accepted. The other thing you're gonna need is Microsoft Publisher and the Excel program. Both of these are Microsoft programs, and one of them will be used to create your newsletter, and the other one will be, and other things like flyers and mailers and
Correct.
things like that.
Microsoft Publisher is great.
It's awesome. The other one is an Excel program, and that's going to be for a spreadsheet to help you keep your data straight. That is the most important part of this whole thing, is keeping your data straight. So we're going to need that as well. You're going to want a rubber office stamp. When you're just getting started out, now for the seasoned agents, this is not going to really apply, but when you're just getting started out, you're going to probably be using our Bridalwood envelopes. And the rubber stamp is you're going to put on there, and that's going to differentiate you from all the other agents, okay?
This is all it
And
is.
it's what it looks like, just like this, and it's
And we're gonna get into all this, what it costs and
But
how to get it loaded, but we're just kind of going through
that's
the.
a very inexpensive investment. It's like $20 to $25. And then a professional picture of yourself. For those of you here in the San Diego area, we've got someone local, but otherwise you guys can go to, JCPenney, Sears. A lot of these places have great professional photos for a really reasonable price. And then the last thing will be a biography of yourself. If you've got one created already, great. If not, we're gonna walk you through that too. Okay?
So here we go, real quick. We'll go through this Office. If you guys don't understand how the Office thing works, you can buy it, get a CD or a key that you can put it on your computer forever and ever and ever and have it for $129.
Yep.
Or you can get it through the whole entire Office 365 thing, and it's only $70, and then you're gonna get everything.
$70 per year. So
Per
it's,
year,
it's a
sorry, yes.
subscription, but this will give you access to all of the Microsoft suite, Word, Excel, Publisher, Notepad, all of the different Microsoft products for one price each year. If by chance, though, you've already got Publisher or something else, and you maybe just need to add Excel, well, then here's also, you can go online, you can pull up Excel, you can get it for different versions of it for different pricing, but it's pretty reasonable. Again, you can either get the downloadable software or off of the, with a subscription, or you can actually get the hard copy software and install it on your computer. There's different ways you can get it.
So
But the
Kim
best
researched
way,
it,
best way to do it though is if you can, and if you don't already have it, get the Microsoft Office, because it includes all of the programs for
And
one
then
price.
every year you put it into your budget that I'm gonna have to purchase this every year,
Yep.
or when it needs to
And the
upgrade.
home and student version would probably be sufficient for most of you. I mean, it really would.
Yeah, we're not doing a lot of streaming or anything. We're just
Nope.
doing the basic stuff.
Yep. The rubber office stamp, well, we suggest you get it done at Staples. We've had multiple ones done there, and they're very reasonably priced, and they turn out great.
I got one done in one day. Cost
Did
me
you?
$22.
Wow, that's awesome.
So, and I went and
Yeah.
I ordered it in the morning and went and picked it up in
And
the
we're going to
afternoon.
send you instructions for how to do all of this, but these are some of the things that you're going to need to
I
get
just want you
going.
to know, we're not gonna break the bank. It's not that
Right.
bad. I love this.
Getting a professional picture of yourself. Okay, so we really want you to look like Wild Bill Murray on the left here.
He's one of our agent managers, if you guys aren't aware.
He
He's one
is.
of our very
He's a
successful
great
agent
guy.
managers.
And not like this guy on the right. We don't need you up against a brick wall or up against a white wall and, looking all
So we wanna make sure you have a
bloody-eyed.
good professional picture. You're representing yourself and Bridalwood.
Yeah.
So,
If you are
Maddie.
here in
We love
San
Maddie.
Diego, we do love her. And she's my daughter. but she's
Madison is
also a
Kim's
great
daughter,
resource.
Jeff's daughter as well.
But here in San Diego, she is a great photographer. She's got all the equipment. If you can come into the office here, just call, make an appointment. She'll take your picture for you professionally.
Right here in the office.
Yep,
She has all the
she'll
equipment
do
in
all
the
the little fine
She'll make
tuning,
you
the
look great.
Photoshop. She'll make you look great. She'll take out a couple wrinkles. She's done that for mine.
back. But she does it right here in the office. She has all the lighting equipment and everything. So,
Yep.
and what's the price on that?
That one's free.
And there you go.
Isn't that, you can't get any better than
So
that.
Madison will do it for
She
you.
did it, I think, already for Yolanda.
Well, there you go.
So, yeah. If you're out of the area of San Diego though, and you do need it, again, JCPenney's is one of the great places. It's nationwide. They take good quality pictures.
Kim, this is how I did mine, because I didn't know Maddie
Right,
at
I
the
know, I
time.
remember that, yeah.
And so they did a great job, the one you saw at the very beginning, and
Yeah.
I got my suit and
So
tie
you
on,
can
and I got a
get
good picture.
one really good picture for $50, or if you want 3 to choose from, it's a little bit more, or you can get the full, they'll take a bunch of them and put it all in a little CD for you, or a
Whatever,
zip
yeah,
drive or something.
They're gonna take a bunch of pictures of you, and you're gonna go through with them and find out which one you like the best.
Exactly.
It's easy. The biography.
Right, so the
You were the one to
biography-
write some of these, so you know
Right.
most about
So
this.
basically, if you've already got one, just all we needed to do is send us that along with, and I think you did this, Cal, and then along with a picture and the phone numbers you want listed, and also the zip codes you want to be associated with when you do the search.
And there's a questionnaire if you don't have
If you
your.
don't have it, then yeah, we'll send you out this questionnaire. Just answer these questions and we'll create one for you, okay?
Makes you sound good.
You don't even have to even write it yourself. Okay, so the first module, since we kind of blew through the orientation pretty quick, we
Yeah.
thought we'd maybe try and get into the first, maybe 1 or 2 modules yet today. So
What time is it? Oh, it's probably written right on here, isn't it, somewhere?
probably, but it's almost 1:30.
Oh,
So we've
perfect.
got
So
about an hour.
Got about an hour left. Let's see what we can get
So,
through.
yeah,
Okay,
Bridalwood
so
module 1.
Okay, so Bridalwood data is everything. So everybody knows what data is, and data is important. This is what drives your business.
Yeah, this is absolutely critical. You have to have data, and you have to have it in a format that you can easily access it and keep track of all the important things. So to do that, we would normally have you do a spreadsheet. So we're gonna get to that in a moment.
You want
But
that one? Okay.
Medicare is as
This
most
one,
of
the
you know,
penalties, ooh.
it's terrible, and it's a very complicated thing. What we're gonna try and do is keep it real simple for everybody and get you through it. So that you can explain it very easily in the
Yes.
15 seconds or less to any kind of a prospect or client.
So
Okay.
I can't reiterate how important this is that we simplify it.
Okay.
Oh, we got a chat question? Oh,
Okay.
thank you, Maddie.
Great.
There's our lovely Madison.
Yes, she's a great help here.
So you work on that,
Yeah.
and I'll stay on this one for a second. So
Okay.
people will answer your question in just a second. The Medicare penalties and deadlines and simplifying it. When I go see a client, every single time when I sit down with them, they seem to be frustrated. They seem to be, I've been mailed, I've been called, I've been this, I've been that. I don't understand A, B, C, G, N, Mark. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So what I do is I sit down with them and I simplify everything for them in just a few minutes. I tell them what they need to know, and I know the rest. And then we're going to sit down and listen to what your needs are. And we just simplify it. It's not hard. Like I said, it's a problem-solving
Sure.
system. It's not a sales pitch. And by the time I leave there, we're getting hugs, we're getting thank yous, we're getting whatever. Thank you for just at least explaining it to us.
Okay, we do have a question
Okay,
here
what's
from
our
someone in the audience. They're asking, and it's from Elizabeth. She said, do we email Eric or our agent manager for the bioform? No, actually, at the end of this process today, we're going to go ahead and we're going to email out the link for anybody who wanted to participate and wasn't able to join us. We're also going to send out the biography questionnaire and some other tools. So everything will be emailed to you. As long as you guys first email Mark, give him your
Correct.
email address and your phone number, and you are noted as participants, we'll get this out to you.
We'll send out everything we can and the recorded thing and everything. And then email me again and say, Mark, I didn't get this, or I thought we were getting this, and I can follow up from there.
And one thing just to note, because we're sending it to a big group of people, sometimes some people's filters send it to the
Oh,
spam folder or
good
the
idea,
junk folder.
good
So
idea.
just, if you don't get it from us within the next few hours after this presentation, go ahead and check and make sure it's not in there. All right.
And you're welcome, Elizabeth. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
And any more questions, guys, keeping them coming in. We'll
Yep.
try and monitor that
We'll monitor those
as
as
we're
well.
doing it. Oh, Maddie will keep us in line.
Okay.
So this is how it works.
Yep, when it comes to this business, there are three types of things.
The
There's
numbers
leads.
game,
It
yeah.
is. There's a totally a numbers game. So there's leads, prospects, and customers. And you have to have a huge funnel of leads to boil it down to just a few prospects that you keep in touch with constantly. And then eventually, at their timing, when it's right for them, you're going to turn them into clients or customers.
Correct. So
Okay.
that's what it is.
But
It's a
it is
numbers
a
game.
numbers game. The more leads you have, the more prospects you're going to have, the more clients you're going to have. So
Correct.
there's different types of leads out there. There's free leads. Those are called a phone book. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a name and a phone number.
Exactly.
But there's also leads that we have here through Bridalwood, and there's other ways to get leads that are more vetted than that. They, come with maybe an address, their phone number. They've actually asked for information from
Warm leads,
from you.
definitely,
Yeah,
yes.
warm leads, absolutely.
And those are much easier. And we're going to go through some of those. We're going to get some of those and work
Exactly.
on the phones later on down there.
As we go through the process. Yep.
So
But eventually what we're going to do is after you've gotten your data and you've inputted onto the template, we're going to send you a template to put all of your data in as well. But once it's all filled in on that template, then we're going to take and upload it into a free CRM system that everybody that's a Bridalwood agent will have access to. You'll have your own access. It'll be your own login. It'll be secure, so you don't have to worry that
Correct.
someone else has access. And you can upload all of your prospects and clients there, and that'll be very helpful for you.
and these things are very
going forward.
expensive. I know someone tried to sell me
I
one.
know, 60 or 70 bucks a month.
A month sometimes they charge
Yeah.
you, and we're going to do it for free. And you
Yeah.
keep all your stuff, all your prospects and customers all in one spot and easy to access. And even you can pull it right up as you get on the phone with somebody, or they call you, a prospect calls you.
Yep.
Pull them up really quick. Mrs. Jones has a dog named Ginger. This the stuff that you wouldn't believe that the
Exactly.
rapport you can build really
It's
quickly.
pretty
with people.
comprehensive. I think I
Yes.
sent this to you, didn't I, Cal? And I sent it to you too, Yolanda. So
Yes,
it's got a little bit of everything. You can fill it out as little as much as you want, but the more you fill it out, the more,
Correct. The more you know about people and
Exactly.
understand about people, the better, the more they're going to trust you. So this is how you do it.
Basically, yeah, so leads, turning a lead into a prospect, that's just basically, a lead is anybody that has a phone number or a address that you've
Someone that
actually
you
reached out to.
Reached out to and talked to.
Now, a prospect is someone that's actually made communication with you, whether they've answered the phone and asked some questions or if it's somebody you
Absolutely.
met somewhere else. But it's, the difference between a lead and a prospect is a prospect you've actually had some sort of communication with. They're just not a client yet, but they will be down the road.
And that's the
Okay?
ones, prospects you're going to get a monthly newsletter to.
Exactly.
You're going to keep on
You're going to
contact with
drip on
them.
them with a newsletter and with other things, important information.
Correct.
You're going to follow up with some phone calls, and we're going to show you there's a way in the CRM system to schedule ongoing phone calls. So
Correct.
you're
It'll
in
pop
touch
up
with
on your
them.
calendar and
Right.
it'll say, okay, you need to call Mrs. Jones today
Exactly.
and let her know that you're still out there waiting for
Yeah.
her to turn 65 and you're willing to help her.
And Jeff likes to say, and it's a little bit morbid, but it's very true, that the only way you're coming off of someone's prospect list is that you either buy or you die.
So they're going to get a lot of my prospects, you're 6, 8, 10 months out, maybe a year out. I'm dripping my newsletter on them every single month. We'll get into that.
Yep.
And then finally you're thinking, oh, this person's not even opening my newsletter. And then all of a sudden you get a phone call. Hey, I've been looking at your newsletter. Damn it. So
Yeah.
it's working.
Exactly. Another group of people that are prospects are people who maybe they already turned 65 or are just about to, but they're going to continue to work. They're not going to turn on their Medicare right now. So you want to keep in touch with them for the next year or 2 years, and then at that point when they're ready, they're going to call you. You're going
Absolutely
to be
correct.
their go-to person.
Also a prospect. Oh, go
Yeah,
ahead,
Cal
Cal.
has a question.
Yeah, on the CRM, if they read the newsletter I send out, do I know that they've read it?
Well, there's two ways of getting the newsletter to them.
Great
One
question.
is it is a
So
great
yeah,
question.
what did he ask, Kim? We're supposed to repeat the
Oh,
question.
yeah,
I know
that's
that.
true.
Because not everybody can
So
hear.
Cal asked if they're in the CRM system and they're receiving the newsletter, is there going to be a way that the CRM system is going to let the agent know
No.
that they've been,
Reading
receiving it?
Receiving it and reading it both,
Right.
right? Or
So-
reading it is what you
Yeah.
care about. You know they're going to get it.
Yes, I know they get it.
Right, so when it comes to that, there's two ways to send out the email or the newsletter. One is by email, the other is, in a paper version.
Hard copy.
And I'll tell you that you don't think about it, but there's going to be a little money involved in getting it out the door every month, but it is so worth it because that actually becomes like a calling card. It's like your business card magnified, you know? And so there's many times that we go to clients' homes and
Oh, yeah.
they've got the emails or the newsletter saying right there.
Or they can tell you about your kids that you're like, oh my gosh,
Right.
how do you know that about my
Right.
kids? And because they've been reading
So,
your newsletter.
To answer your question though, with the CRM system, I don't think there's a way that it records if they've received it or not, but you'll know if you've sent it, and hopefully, that's the other thing that's.
And you can
kind of
ask them.
Yep, that's the other thing about the emailing too, is if you're emailing to a big quantity of people, sometimes it goes to their spam folder. So you want to double check with people every once in a while too, make sure that they are receiving it.
Hit them with both.
Yep.
So,
And
before,
then with prospects, you know, turning into customers, once you've written that app and now they're your customer, they're going to be really loyal to you, especially if you keep continuing to drip on them with the newsletter. Also, recognize their birthdays. They love that. They love to see their name on the newsletter, and also the referrals. If they are one of your go-to people, they're out there bird dogging for you and sending you referrals, you want to make sure to
couldn't agree
recognize them
more
for
with that, Kim.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more. I'm
Yeah.
starting to get into that spot where
Exactly.
I've got enough clients now to where they're starting to refer for me.
Yep.
Oh, that's amazing, because they're already got that
Yeah.
rapport,
And you're
that
gonna want to make sure to
warmness.
thank them, not only in the newsletter, but we also have thank you
Thank you
cards
cards,
that you can
correct.
send out to them.
Correct.
So, all right. So good habits, they're
Oh,
gonna take
yeah.
you where you want to go, and that's
And bad
absolutely
habits
true.
will
That's
too,
why we
where you don't
really
wanna go.
stress that if you're a brand new agent, you join the Bridalwood Boot Camp, because we want you to start instilling these good habits in you right from the get-go.
Correct. Not that bad habits can't be broken, but they're harder.
They are harder.
Okay. Oh, we got
So,
our homework already.
yeah, weekly homework. So the first thing that we're going to have on your weekly homework this week is that we want you to build your database. For some people, we've already sent out the template, but for everybody that's participating and you send in your email, we're going to email you out the template. And this is just a kind of a bird's eye view of the first part of the template.
We have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
So from Steve here, Binghurst, will I be able to use my Apple laptop with your system and Microsoft?
I believe that there.
It's a Madison question.
It is a Madison question, but also I believe that they do have some comparable things in the
Yolanda has a Mac.
Yeah,
You can use
so
it.
you have sheets
You can, and
that's
you can-
equivalent to the Excel program, right?
Yes, and when you send it back, you can send it in a Word form.
Oh,
It's in
okay.
Word, you can send it in a Word form.
Oh,
and
great.
An Excel form also.
So what Yolanda is saying is that there is a way in the processing system through the Mac
Mac, yeah.
or iPads or whatever, that you can actually save it as a Word document or an Excel spreadsheet, or I imagine, I don't know about Publisher, but I know Word and Excel would work.
So yes, the answer to your question is yes.
And if you need assistance with that,
Office to Mac. See, we got someone else helping us.
Yep.
James knows. James got a Mac.
yep. So, and if you can't, if you don't have Office for Mac, or if you need some help with that, just reach out to myself and Mark, and we'll have Madison get back with
Madison's good at that kind of stuff. She's
you.
our
She's
IT,
our tech guru.
our IT tech. Oh, here she
Okay.
comes. I think that's her.
Mac does not have Publisher.
Mac does
Doesn't
not
have,
have
but
most.
it does have the Word and Excel equivalents, correct?
Equivalents, yeah.
Yeah.
Excel's is called numbers, I
Numbers and
believe.
pages.
Okay.
Numbers. Okay.
And Sheets is Word?
Sheets is Google, that's not,
Oh,
that's
okay.
Sheets is-
Google Docs.
Okay.
That's not what-
Thank you,
All right.
Madison. So
Thank
here you
you.
go. So this is a perfect time to interject with really quick with, if we don't know the answer, and we've been doing this a long time, someone in this office is going to know an answer.
Absolutely.
Madison, Jeff, Yolanda's helping out. We got Chanel, we got people writing into us that know stuff. So just know that there's going to be times when there's going to be certain things that come up that we haven't even heard of yet,
Exactly.
because we don't use Macs, so we're not going to know anything about Macs. So we're PC people.
But
so.
we're a family, so Yolanda
Exactly.
and
So
other
Yolanda
people
knows,
will let us
and Maddie
know.
knows, and some people online are going to know. So just know that we're all a big family. Like you
Okay.
said, perfect. So
So
going
this
back to the
is-
spreadsheet.
This is the first part of the spreadsheet template that we're going to send to you. You'll see on here that you've got
Wanna go back to
client's
that one?
first name, the last name. It's really important that you fill this out in the format that it's structured as, because when we do upload that information into the CRM system, these are the columns that we need. So don't, if you can, try to stay away from putting like first name having John and Mary, have John's name in one column and his spouse's name in another, okay? The more you can stick to this format, the much easier it's going to be when we upload it to the CRM system.
And more is better in information.
Absolutely. Phone numbers, cell phone numbers, emails, dates of birth are
Oh,
gonna be huge.
Gotta have that.
You really do need that.
And then
so-
talk about the red line,
Yeah,
Kim.
so here's a red line, and you're gonna see on this template that there's a red line. Everything to the left of that is information that can be very easily uploaded into the CRM system,
we
and
need,
we'll create a
that you will
profile for each client. Everything to the right of it is information that you don't have to have, but it's very, very helpful to have, especially to have it at your fingertips.
Like that plan type right there. Look at that AB.
Exactly. Tell you exactly what plan they're in, so that when they call you 2 years from now and say, hey, I'm on this plan and I don't really know what it's called, but I want to look at this other type of plan, you can look right at their notes and see what type of a plan they have. Also, things like their AARP number will be important if you write any United Healthcare business, because when it comes to the supplement plans with United Healthcare, the AARP number becomes their member ID.
Exactly.
So you'll want to know that. And they have to have that AARP number in order to enroll in a supplement plan. They don't have to keep it turned on, but they have to have it on that first year to enroll, okay?
Little things you'll learn as we go
Right.
through this.
The Part A and Part B effective date, that's very important.
Very important.
Yep,
A
you'll see.
lot of things
there's-
go off that Part B effective date.
Exactly.
A lot of things. And you'll learn that as we go through
So-
boot camp.
And then
Oh,
the
sorry, are you done?
one other thing that I didn't have on here, but that's going to be really important, is the notes section. The more you can put notes in there about any
Ginger
little.
the dog. And
Exactly, or, you know, Sue's got really terrible diabetes and these are the types of drugs she's on, or John's got a bad heart problem, you know, whatever it is, any kind of little information you can make note of, it's gonna be very helpful to you down the road,
And they're gonna
especially when you're
hear-
dealing with the client.
wow, how did you remember that?
Yeah.
Have a great memory.
From that spreadsheet or from the CRM system, once that's set up, we can then pull what we call mailing lists, and we can pull up all your clients, all your prospects. We can pull up individuals like, or maybe people that are 64 and turning 65 in the next 8
Tweak it
months or
however you want
whatever.
to send it to.
There's ways that we can do this, but this will be great for when we mail out your newsletters, when we mail out turning 65 letters.
5 letters that we use.
Any other kind of flyers, if
Flyers.
you have upcoming events that you want to invite people to, things like that.
So basically what Kim's saying right now, this is what we need to have to send to us.
Okay, so yeah, we need to make sure.
This is what we need to have, mute somebody over here. This is what we need to have to be able to send things out to people, to mail to people. That's exactly what we need, and I can't go back because you clicked off of it.
I'm sorry.
There you go.
Yep.
So this is what we need to have when we're getting ready to mail something. So you're gonna email us and we're gonna show you on the next
Right.
slide.
So, but once you get to the point where you've got your overall spreadsheet filled out, then we can help you just copy and paste the stuff
Absolutely
that we
correct.
need for the mailing.
And this is what it's gonna basically look like. You're gonna send
Right,
Jeff, me, Kim, whoever your agent manager is, or whoever is in this office that's gonna help you with this. Hi, Mark. Hi, Kim. My newsletter is attached, and this is what we need. We need an attachment with your client mailing list that we just saw back here. That's what that is. And then your basic newsletter.
right. And that mailing list is going to change each month, you know, as you add new prospects or new clients to it. So we don't want to go off of an old one if we can help it. You know, we want to make sure we get everybody included. Okay,
Thank you.
alrighty.
So right over here before we start module 2,
Let's
we're gonna
stay
answer a
here for a
question. It sounds
second.
like we got a question in.
Yeah, let's see here, chat. So, is the CRM a
Tom
third
Anderson.
party? Tom is asking, is the CRM system a third party product like Salesforce, or is it a proprietary system developed in-house for Bridalwood? It is a third party
both.
product. It's through Target Leads Management, but it is specifically used for free by all of the Bridalwood agents, and you will have your own individual login credentials, so you don't have to worry that it's, you know, anybody else has access. This will be proprietary to you.
Can you add the new profiles?
Absolutely. Yep.
So
there's a
Vicky asked,
way.
can you add new
Yep.
profiles?
And
to
at
it?
one of the modules
You
down the
just
road,
need
we'll
the
walk you
Excel.
through it
You just need the Excel first to get started.
started.
Yes, and then we'll upload all that into the CRM and then.
I would
tweak it.
suggest though too, I keep both, me personally.
Yes, I
I
have
like
a
to have
CRM
the
and a
spreadsheet
special.
because there's other columns in there that you won't find on the CRM system. So things like the Part A and Part B effective
Correct.
date, some of those types of things. Also, another thing is, if you like to track your payments, and who doesn't? I mean, I like to track my commissions, but there's columns on the spreadsheet for tracking your commissions. When you were paid the first, commission, when you were paid the second one, when you receive your residuals, that type of thing. So it's really, it's worthwhile maybe keeping them both up for a while.
Chat.
Keeps on muting.
John, okay. John what was his last name? McBurns?
Burrows.
John McBurrows, please stop unmuting yourself. It's
What we're going to end up with is when we send this recorded version out, there's going to be a lot of feedback in there. So if you can please keep yourself muted. We've muted everybody, but some people are unmuting. If you can just refrain
I don't
from
want to
doing
single you
that.
guys out, but we need you to stay muted, otherwise other people can't hear you.
Right.
Okay, there's another question.
Okay,
There's
there's
another
another
question?
question.
All
Wonderful.
right.
All right, go ahead.
Does Bridalwood, it's Tom Anderson again. I'm full of questions.
I
isn't
like Tom.
he?
He's
Does
asking lots of questions.
Bridalwood write the monthly newsletter, or is it, we're gonna get to that.
Yep, we're going to get to that.
Perfect
but
question, great
It
question.
is a great question, and it's a follow-in to the next section here. So
Okay, so we're gonna start our Bridalwood module 2.
module 2 is
How we looking
building
on
your
time?
newsletter.
We got time, okay, here we go.
All right.
Oh,
So-
Jeff Wetzel wrote this.
Oh,
Who's
goodness.
this Jeff Wetzel
Can you
guy?
imagine that? The single most important thing that you can do to build your business is to communicate with your clients and your prospects with a
Customers.
monthly, well,
You
clients.
call them clients.
I call them clients.
Gotcha.
With a monthly newsletter. And that is so very, very
Oh my
true.
gosh, if you've ever been in this office for more than 10 minutes, he's gonna say the word newsletter to you.
And not only that, but one of the things that we see when we're out in the field and even like at retail spaces or whatever is you'll have a lot of people come up to you and say, I signed up with somebody and I've never heard
Perfect.
from them again. Never. It's been 3 years. I don't even know the name of my
Correct.
agent anymore because I have not been kept in contact with. This is going to keep your name first and foremost in front of them. It's going to make that client loyal to you and sticky.
Correct. So when you get clients from other agents on AEP, annual enrollment period between October 15th and December 7th, which you're gonna learn, that's the busiest 7 weeks of your life in Medicare. You're gonna take a lot of people from other agents because they have no idea who their agent
Exactly.
is. No idea.
Yep.
And you're
That's what's going to
get 'em
set
and keep 'em.
you as a Bridalwood agent apart from a lot of the other agents out there.
And you'll hear it all the time.
Yep. So how
here,
do I make a
answer
newsletter?
Tom's question. Now we're here, Tom. Now we're
Yep.
here. You're ahead of the
So
game.
you as the agent, you do not have to come up with this from scratch, okay? We're going to send you out a template of the newsletter every month. And we're going to actually walk you through the process also of how to customize it to have your information, your clients on there, your referrals, your personal notes. So we're going to walk you through that entire process. And we might even help you do it the first few times just to get you through it.
Correct.
Okay?
So Kim's being very modest. This is her. She does this every month about right now,
Yep.
about the first, right
I'm
at the end of
working
the
on it
month.
right
She's
now.
working on May's right now. So she's going to send you, this is the reason to have Publisher, Microsoft Publisher or the equivalent with Apple, is that you're going to be able to come in here. She's going to send you this form, this 4 pages of a newsletter. You're going to go in there and change the things that you need to change. You're not going to want to say Kim Wetzel on top. You're going to want to say,
Cal Reese.
Cal Reese, exactly.
Or Yolanda Ledford.
Exactly, or Vicki Braden.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to say those things, and also you're gonna change the picture, of course.
You'll see also, well, we'll get into that in a minute, but go to the next screen here. So the big purposes of the newsletter are you want to make sure it's fun to read. I don't know how many of you get newsletters or little publications in the mail and they go right in the trash because there's nothing on there worth reading. So you want to make it fun to read. You're going to have very little, when you really get down to it, there's going to be very little in there that's like informational. It's going to be more about building that trust, building the relationship, okay?
Correct.
So make it fun to read. Include their monthly birthdays, first initial and the last name. This is really crucial. These people
Over here on the side,
love
notice
to
that on
see
the
their
side, guys.
name on there. And if you miss their name, they will let you know.
Hey, it was my birthday last
Yeah,
month. Why am I not on
exactly.
your list?
I actually had one last month that said that, and I had to point out to him, actually it was on page 2, and here it is. And then you want to put in some jokes or memes, things that you find tasteful. Now, I will tell you, we have always felt like your clients kind of tend to reflect you as an agent. So Jeff is kind of a no-nonsense kind of guy,
Let's
and
have
so
fun and tell some funny jokes.
our jokes are a little bit racy. If those are not your typical, that's not your typical personality, or you don't find them tasteful, please feel
Change them.
free to change them. Go ahead, put your own information in there, your own jokes. If you don't want to put jokes in, put in recipes, put in something else, whatever it is, something to engage with the client, okay? Recognize those people that send you referrals. So that's really big. I mean, the people that are doing that for you are doing you the biggest favor. The second biggest way of getting business is to
Like
get
I
them
had said
through
earlier,
referrals.
I'm starting to get
Absolutely.
referrals. Nothing better than a thank you for giving me a referral.
Absolutely.
They love it.
And then also put in personal notes. This is the one thing that's going to really set you apart from all the other agents. They're going to feel that really strong tie to you as their agent when you're telling them personal things about yourself, about trips you've taken, about your kids.
Correct.
You know,
I do a lot of stuff with my kids.
Yep, and the boys
I got
play
young kids,
ball.
baseball, football, basketball, whatever season is, they're hearing about it, and they love it.
Exactly. And if you don't have kids or whatever, talk about, things that are of interest to you. If you went parasailing or you took a trip or you did something,
Anything, quilting class, you built bird,
Exactly.
whatever it is,
Absolutely.
they want to
We
hear
have
something cool
one
about you.
agent that she
Oh,
writes
her
about
cat.
her cat every month, and it's the new thing about whatever her cat is doing. So
And people love it. They do.
exactly.
It's
So
amazing.
whatever you feel that will resound with them, that make you their favorite person, that you're their go-to person. Okay.
So there's our page one that we just talked
Page
about.
one, again, the birthdays are listed there. Usually the page one, we try and put on an article or something that's of interest to seniors, because this is your target audience, okay? So this last month, it was scams that, a lot of seniors are seeing right now. And we want to make sure that, they're alert to that, because there's a lot of people, especially been getting this first one, the Social Security robocalls that are,
Oh my gosh, I got one.
I know, I did too.
Oh my gosh.
And so, yeah, they're, anything that you feel will be of interest to the senior. So if this isn't your thing, then put in your own article. Go out there and do some research and find your own thing. Page two is usually the page that we do put the notes or the jokes on.
Yep.
And
continued from the birthdays too.
Exactly. And Jeff will try and tell you too that you want to make sure you add in some graphics. Nothing worse than lots of words, right? So anywhere in the newsletter you want, add in some graphics, little memes, pictures that reflect what you're talking about, whatever it is.
And also at the very top, we always put this, please do not read if you're easily offended.
Exactly.
Kind of a little disclaimer for you.
Right. Again, if you're not, putting in anything that's edgy, then you wouldn't necessarily have to have that, but it's worthwhile.
You never know who's going to like what they're going to like.
Page three, again, sometimes this is something that's of interest to seniors. Other times we highlight a local, an audiologist or a dentist or a dental group, or maybe somebody that does solar panels and they're giving discounts to Bridalwood members, things like that. If there's something in your area, you could even use this page if you are in the habit of doing turning 65 meetings or having meetings out in public at, different venues.
I know Cal does a lot of those.
Yeah, put your calendar here, anything that you think that you want to add in that would be of interest to your clients and your prospects. Okay. And then the last page, this is probably one of the most important pages.
She hates it.
This is the place where you're going to include the referrals. Again,
that's at the top.
The biggest thing to do is to thank everybody for sending you those referrals. And then the next thing will be your personal notes. Make sure you put in, if you want, include graphics or pictures.
Pictures always are
but
nice.
It's just your way of relating to those people so that when you see them personally again for, during a, AEP or other times throughout the year, they feel like they're connected to you.
You'd be surprised how many people, when you sit down and finally they're a prospect and you've been sending your newsletter to them, you finally get that time where they need to talk to you. You go to their house, you sit down across from them and they're talking about your newsletter. You're like, oh, wow, that's really cool.
Exactly.
So do read it. So it's pretty neat.
They'll say, how's Maddie's wedding going? She's getting close now, right? And you're just like, wow. Yeah, why weren't I invited? Okay.
So it's a personal branding page, and they love page 4. As you notice at the bottom, it's got Kim's picture. You'll trade that out for yours again.
Yep,
and you'll put
your contact information.
Your contact information. You'll put your phone number, your email address. Also, the email address, you do get an email address.
Exactly. I was going to tell you that too. Every single person that is a Bridalwood agent and is contracted with us has their own Bridalwood address. And what we do is we create that for you. And it's usually your first name dot your last name and then Bridalwood Insurance. And what we do is have that forward to your your personal email, okay? But the more you can kind of brand yourself with the Bridalwood name, that's very helpful for people to remember. It's easier than, Vicky at, Cox.net or something like that. So, it might be easier for them to remember your name. So
Is that it?
that's, yep, that's it.
I think that's it for the newsletter.
That's for
And we're
creating
gonna
the
walk,
newsletter.
and we're gonna walk you through how to create it. If you have
Exactly.
any problems, you can give us a call. We'll walk you through how to change the picture out. It's not hard.
Exactly.
Publisher makes it very simple.
Printing the newsletter. So one of the things that we have recommended in the past, and it seems to work out quite well, is this particular Epson
It's part of
EcoTank.
building your business. You're gonna have to have a printer. You're gonna print
Yeah.
a lot of things.
Yep. And you can usually find these for somewhere between the $350 to $400 range.
Yep. I just got one, this exact same model for $309 at Costco.
Okay, so Costco does price matching,
No,
right?
I'm sorry. I got it at Best Buy. They price matched Costco.
Costco's.
So I got it
There
at
you go.
Best Buy for $309 and got the warranty that we'll talk about.
So Best Buy, Fry's, Costco, Walmart, I think
So
sometimes
Best
carries
Buy
it.
will price match. Just ask them to do it. If you want to go there,
Yep.
just use right
You
there.
can even go online and find it on Amazon or
Correct.
whatever, and then have them price match that
They'll
price.
price match that.
But what's great about this particular model is it's an inkjet, but the ink is very, very reasonable, and it comes in these little bottles that it's very easy to put it in the well. You don't have to use an injector. You don't have to cut a little hole in
Syringe,
it and
yeah,
try
none of that stuff.
and try and fill in ink. You can get 4 quart-sized bottles for roughly $60. Isn't that what it is?
From Amazon,
A
yeah.
black and the 3 colors, 4 quart-sized bottles for $60.
It'll last you forever.
That'll last you a long
A
time.
long time, and you don't have to buy those cartridges that you know are very, very expensive, $50
Exactly.
a pop.
Yep.
So this is the way
Good-
to go if you're gonna print.
Pretty good quality print.
Yeah, it's not a laser printer, but
If
it does come out pretty darn
you use a
good.
little bit higher quality paper, when you print
Exactly.
front and back, it won't bleed through. It'll look nice.
So
Very,
we
very
recommend go online and price match this and get
Yep.
this. This is a good printer.
Exactly. If though you're just starting out and this isn't something that you can afford to do right now, there is another way to do it. You can go through FedEx, and we have through our Anthem Blue Cross representative, we have a code, and we're going to share that code with you that you'll put in, and it'll give you a huge discount. It's, what did we figure, about 75% or 80% off of the price
Oh
of
yeah,
your
it's coming up
printing?
here.
Yep. So we're going to do is one of the things I'm going to attach to the email I'm sending out to everybody after this this session today is going to be the instructions for how to upload your newsletter and send it in through the online site for FedEx. Okay.
ready
We're
for the
going
next
to
one?
make sure to do multi-sheet files because you're going to do two-page files. Okay.
Don't waste paper, front and back.
Yep.
People can flip a page over.
Yep. You're going to actually upload your file there. So what we'll actually do, and it makes it look a little bit nicer and cleaner, is they want you to upload a PDF file.
Okay.
So when in Publisher, after you've saved your Publisher draft of your newsletter, then you're also going to want to save it as a PDF, and we'll show you how to do that as well. But you're going to want to upload a PDF because it's cleaner, crisper, got better coloring, better pictures, better
Gotcha.
everything.
This is all Kim right now because I print my own newsletter, so I have no idea how this works.
So
But I
then
know it's
what we're
awesome.
going to do is in the instructions, it will also tell you the paper size to use, the paper weight to use. You are going to want to try and do it in color, but if you're just starting out and you're kind of on a budget, you could do it black and white. You're going to want to do double-sided.
Do double-sided.
Some people, when they first start out, instead of doing 4 pages, they just do 2 pages
Okay.
and just do it double-sided, 2 pages, and just pick out some of the best content that you want to use.
Make sure you have your calling card on the back though.
Yep,
That's your second page.
absolutely. Yep. And then the one big thing to know is you're not going to do any binding, no cover pages, no stapling, no anything. We want this plain Jane because that's how it works with our equipment that we use. But
Okay, so
you'll
it's
see
52
here,
cents. So it's 52 cents a copy.
and they give you a
They
little
give you
bit
a
of a break.
discount for 200 copies and cost you $96, okay? So it's 48 cents a copy. So that's not good enough.
So when you put in the code that we're going to provide you, and it's right here, you're going to see that it drops that price down dramatically to $24. And went from 96 down to 24. So that's what, roughly 75%.
So you can get this printed up pretty easily. You just do the steps that we showed you, and it's going to be on here. We're going to show
If
you.
you click back one though, let's read off that. Go ahead and read off that code number to them.
So the code number, you want to write this down if you're taking notes today. It's 048-350-327. And that's through FedEx. That's our FedEx
So
account.
it's 048-350-00327. I'll also include that in the email, but I just want you to make sure to note that. And what I actually do is I put that in my notepad on my phone, so it's easy access anytime I need it. Okay?
And we're gonna get to how you're gonna be able to do
There's also another way to do this. You can go through something called a place called Cheaper Copies. It's also an online site, and we will try and get the information together for you for that. That's a newer thing that we were just made aware of from someone up in the Orange County area about a month ago. So we'll try and get the instructions together for that too.
Gotcha.
Um,
Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Hold
No,
on. I'm
you're
flying
good.
around. There you go.
So here's the rules for the newsletter, and it is so very important that you keep track of this, okay? Make sure to note, do not staple the pages. It won't feed through the machinery if you do that.
And don't have them staple it.
Right, and it's really important for you to know, we have all the machinery here to fold, stuff,
Pretty cool.
lick, and send out your newsletters each month in a bulk rate, which is a lot cheaper than the first class rate. And we just need you to follow these simple instructions to make sure that it will work with our machinery, okay? So you're gonna print your newsletter on both sides. That's gonna save you a lot of money and a lot of effort.
So 4 pages on 2 pieces of paper.
Right.
Front, back, 1, 2, front, back, 3, 4.
Or if you're gonna just do a 2-pager to start out with,
1 and
but
2.
make sure it's printed front and back.
Back. Gotcha.
And then do not use envelopes that have pull tabs. If you want to get your own personalized envelopes, or if you want to print your own personalized envelopes, do not use a pull tab type envelope. You want to make sure you use a number 10 envelope that has a adhesive strip on it like this. It can be either a triangular one like this or a straight across, but do not have a pull tab. It will not fit through the machinery.
Our folder machine has that thing that's wet. It's like a poodle in there.
Yeah.
And it licks it for you. Every one it
Yeah.
goes through.
And then another thing that's really important to note is do not collate. When you send it to FedEx, or if you print it yourself, print pages 1 and 2 and put those in one stack, and then print pages 3 and 4 and put that in another stack, because that's how it feeds through the machinery the cleanest. If you do this and you mess that up,
It's not the
there
envelope.
is a way to do it, but it makes it a lot more
And
difficult.
Jeff's got to get involved. He
Yeah,
gets grumpy.
He does. He gets very grumpy. So don't do that. Make sure to try and keep it in
He's
2 separate stacks.
He's trained us how to do it, and so
Yes.
he likes it when we do it now.
Yep.
We've taken that off his.
Okay. The next thing that you're going to want to do is create a stamp. Now, this again, it's a stamp that looks like this. We're using somebody else that already has created one. What you're going to do is you're going to take a normal Bridalwood envelope. This is for those people who are just starting out and don't have the wherewithal to have their own personalized envelopes. So you can go ahead and use the Bridalwood envelopes. And what you'll do is you'll take the stamp after you've created it, and you're going to stamp it right on the envelope. That way it distinguishes your envelope from anybody else, whether it's another Bridalwood agent or anybody else.
From the desk of Paul Miller.
And you want to make sure it's in bright red. And I actually think this is kind of small. When I had my
Mine's huge.
stamp print, I had it made much bigger. And so you'll want to put on there from the desk of your name in big print. And then if you want to, you can put either an address on there, or you can put a phone number or an email, however you want to, have them
Be contacted.
reach out to you. Okay?
Absolutely.
So that's really important. And again, just like with the FedEx shipping instructions, we're also going to send you instructions for how to create the stamp online, and
The size of the stamp,
the size of the
stamp.
print and everything.
make sure it's red, all those things.
Now, this is really important to notice. We have some people here that are on this call or on this program with us that are here in San Diego, and there's others that are out of the area. And there's 2 different ways for doing the stamp, okay? If you are here in the San Diego area, go ahead, go online, create the stamp, and you go ahead and pick it up yourself at Staples or whatever, because you're going to stamp your own envelopes. We're going to provide you the envelopes, but you're going to stamp them yourself. We just don't have the manpower or the time to sit there and stamp it for every single agent. For those people who are out of the San Diego area, though, if you can keep your list to around 150 or less, we'll go ahead and if you call it in or you order it online and have it picked up at the Carmel Mountain Ranch facility, and that information will also be in the instructions, the address, we'll go pick up the stamp and we will stamp it for you. Again, up to about 150. Once you get to that point,
You're doing your own.
then you're going to either do your own, or we would suggest maybe getting personalized envelopes, and we'll walk you through that as well, okay? If you want, once you get to that 150 mark, you can order them online. It's done on the Bridalwood website, and you're going to go to agents and agent portal, and you're going to hover over that. You're going to click on the agent portal. You'll have your own login credentials,
Which most of
your
them
own
already have.
username and password. If you don't have it, just reach out to Chanel and she will provide that to you. We did this because there's certain proprietary stuff on this agent portal that we just, if we have someone that leaves, or if we have, other people out there that are trying to look around and see what we're doing, we don't want them to be able to easily duplicate our process. So,
Correct.
so what we did is we created a credential. You'll see though that once you get in there, you're going to click on personalized or customized business marketing materials. When you click on that, you will have a place where you'll upload your personal information. You'll also upload your picture, and then you'll come down to this section where you can pick out exactly what you want to order. If you want to order the Medicare brochures, they call it the brochure. It's actually the trifold. Now, we do have individual generic ones from Bridalwood that when you're first getting started out, you can go ahead and get those in that aren't customized. It just has a picture of a senior couple on the front, and it's very generic. And you can then go ahead and just staple your business card to the back of it. But for those people who are getting to the point where they want to start getting their own created, customized materials, you can go ahead and you can order the trifolds. You can order your own customized envelopes that'll have your name on here. You won't have to sit there and stamp it. You can also order notepads. Those are great for if you want to, let's say, send somebody a piece of literature or a piece of material. You can go ahead and just jot a little note on there. Hi, Mrs. Smith, this is the information you requested, signed, whatever, and go ahead and send that out with it. And then the last thing is these personalized thank you notes. These are great little things that Sherry Rutherford actually created in our Denver office, and she's been kind enough to let us use it as a template. And our printers at Omega will print these out for you. It will actually say thank you inside, and it will have a scrawl with your name on it, and you can print whatever you want in there. You can go ahead and write, thank you for the, referral, or happy birthday, or, whatever you want to write, but you can personalize it with your own information, okay? It also comes with a customized Bridalwood envelope, okay?
And also the larger small notepads you can take on your appointments with you.
Absolutely.
You always want to have something to write on for
So the
questions.
large notepad is actually a lined piece of paper. It looks kind of like this, and it's got your information at the top. The other one, the small notepad, is more of a 5x7
Correct.
size piece of paper.
You always want to take that into an appointment so
Yep.
you can write down stuff that
And
they ask
then
questions.
also, if you haven't already done it, you can order your Bridalwood business cards. They look like this, and I think Mark's got one too. It's got your picture on there and all your information. And again,
Mine
if you
looks
go
like
in and order it, the first 1,000 are compliments of Bridalwood, okay? So personalized marketing materials that you can get, again, the business cards, your trifolds, the notepads, the envelopes,
Everything
and
you've
the
already
thank you
talked about.
cards.
Perfect.
Okay, and every Bridalwood agent should have a profile on the Bridalwood website. What better way to, in a free manner, go ahead and advertise yourself?
Yep.
We have on the Bridalwood website, there's an area where people can search for an agent in their area, and it goes out in a certain radius, 5 miles, 10 miles, 20 miles, and they can put in if they want a male or a female, if they want a bilingual agent, if they want, and they can put in a zip code, and it will pull up all the agents in that area, and then they can go through, and based on your profile, they can decide to, which agent they want.
Actually, cool.
So again, if you don't have a profile or a biography created, just go ahead and we're going to send you that questionnaire, fill that out, we'll create one for you. This is what it will look like eventually when it's finished.
On the website, yep.
At the bottom of that, if you go back one screen, it didn't have everything on there, but it is actually a way for them to request an appointment with you. So it's a great.
Fill it in a contact page, yep.
So in order to do this, we need you to email to me. And again, mine is Kim, my email is kim@bridalwoodinsurance.com. We need you to email us your personalized biography, and if you don't have one, the biography questionnaire, a professional headshot. If you haven't gotten one taken already, we've given you a couple of alternatives, and then your state insurance license number, your phone numbers you want listed, and also 3 to 4 zip codes for the agent search, so that when people are searching for you, they can find you in that
Areas.
zip code.
Areas of the county you want to work in.
Okay, so we're down to the end of the module
this it?
2. This is it.
What time is it?
So are we getting,
2:09
oh, we're
now?
even a little ahead of
That's-
schedule. That's okay. All right, so this
Well-
is your homework for next week.
By the way, Madison took over and answered a few of our questions for us. Thank you, Madison.
Is there
So,
anything on there
I
that we
think
need?
we're- I think
Maybe
we're
we
good.
should read some of them out. Do we need to?
Jay Dennis, is there a way to send emails from your Bridalwood email address?
There is. Now, it's kind of a tricky situation. It's called squirrel mail.
Squirrel
And-
mail, squirrel.
And it would be best if you want to have that ability to send it out so it comes from the Bridalwood website or email address. Maybe reach out to myself or Madison and we can
She
walk
can
you
help you
through
with
that, okay?
And that's what she put. Yes, check with Chanel and you send
Yeah.
out the link.
Yep.
Okay, so you can do that. I think that's it. We covered everything. Great,
that
sounds
everything
good.
else?
Tom thanked us for everything.
So next week's homework.
So Monday, when you come in here at 1 o'clock, we're gonna have someone checking this throughout the week and
We need you to build your database. We're going to send you that spreadsheet. Go ahead. Now, if you don't have any prospects or clients right now, go ahead and put in there some people that you would like to receive your newsletter. Maybe your family members, maybe a parent, or maybe,
networking group. I
Networking
have my whole networking group, 30 people.
yeah,
I send them all my newsletter and they
That's
love
a
it. They always
great
laugh at
idea.
me about the jokes and everything,
Absolutely.
and they love getting it. So
Yep.
send it to your networking group.
that's a great
Get it
idea.
out to you.
Friends of yours or acquaintances, neighbors that have, that are turning 65 or maybe are over 65 and you want to drip on them so that during annual enrollment period, maybe you can approach them about making a change. The next thing you want to do is make sure you get your stamp made. Again, if you are local here, have it made at a Staples near you where you can go pick it up. If you're out of the area, go ahead and have it sent to the Carmel Mountain Ranch Staples and we will pick it up and stamp your envelopes
And
for
that
you.
address will be on the
It'll also be on the instructions. Yep.
instructions. Perfect.
And then create your newsletter. Again, I'm in the process of creating this month's, the May newsletter
What's
right
taking
now.
you so long, Kim?
I know. I was out of town last week, that's why. But we'll send you that template and you can go ahead and start trying to create it. Now, if you have problems with it or need some help, just reach out to myself or to Mark,
Exactly.
Madison, Chanel,
Go ahead.
any of us can help you with it.
Seriously, doing your newsletter 4 pages takes me about 30 minutes total, 30 to 45 minutes. Change out the picture, change out the name, change out the content,
Yeah, it doesn't
And
even
then
take that long.
the birthdays, and then just, well, I like to put in my personal page. I like to write some
Yep.
things in my personal page. That's what takes the longest.
And if you don't have publisher and we want you to get this first newsletter out in May, go ahead and send me your personal picture and give me a call and I will go through and I will create everything
Wow.
for you. All you
Cool.
have to do is send me in the email with your picture, send me 2 to 3 paragraphs that you want me to put in your personal notes, okay? And then I'll copy and paste for you this first time around, okay?
Cool.
Go ahead, get your professional picture set up. If you are in the area, try and set something up with Madison. If not, try one of the other sites we talked about. And then the last thing is to create your Bridalwood profile. Send us your picture, your biography, and your information like your license number and your phone numbers. All right?
All right, any more
Any
questions?
other questions?
Anyone online that wants to ask any more questions? Cal, Yolanda, Vicky, come on, you come from the marketing background. I know you do. You got anything for us today, or you're satisfied so far?
From a marketing perspective, I'm impressed.
Oh,
Yeah, she's been, Vicky is one of our agents that's brand new to Medicare, but she's been in the
Yeah.
marketing business for 20 plus years. And
Yeah.
so she knows the ins and outs of marketing and how to reach people.
You bet.
So she's got that part down. So next week we did setting up your database and newsletter training.
That's what we did today, yeah.
And so we're gonna do product training, United Healthcare Medicare product training next week.
Yep.
We're gonna hand these out in here, but you're gonna send this out to everybody?
Right. I'm
It's
gonna send this out to you. It's gonna be the manual that goes along with our Bridalwood boot camp.
Sorry, we don't have
So
a
you
slide
can
of it.
kind of, review the information. We're also going to do is, because next week we're doing the product training and it's gonna be specific to each area of the country where these agents are, one other piece of information or homework for you guys is gonna be, if you're in Chicago or Iowa or Minnesota or Denver
Colorado,
or
yeah.
Boise, we want you to go ahead and reach out to your agent manager and we want you to get from them the most popular MAPD, the Advantage plan in your
What's
area.
hot, what's selling right now?
Exactly, and the most popular supplement plan in your area. Because when we go through the product training, doesn't matter which company it's with, most of it, all the co-pays or the other types of things that are part of the product training will be very similar. So no matter which particular company you're looking at their marketing material for, it'll be very similar. So you can kind of follow along.
I'm guessing this Eric that's on here right now. Eric, is this you, Eric Jones, I'm guessing,
It might
from
be.
Boise? Or
It
is it
might
Eric
be.
Neria? I'm guessing it's Eric
I
Jones,
think it's
probably
probably
from
Jones.
from Boise. So he's already on here. So he knows to get your people that are on here
Yep.
with you, Eric, the products that are selling
And-
hot in Boise and the
Yeah,
Idaho
and what I
area.
will also do is when I send out that email, I'll send it to the agent managers so that they can get a
Perfect.
heads up that they need to have that material ready for you guys, okay?
Outstanding.
All right. The other thing is you can always download it online. Most of these carriers have the applications and the marketing kits online, so you can download
Correct.
it online.
And what else? Any new agents that haven't got the writing numbers? Can we go over that real
Yeah,
quick?
contracting, absolutely.
So
So
make sure you've got your contracts,
if you're
your
in the
checklist.
process of
Go over the checklist real
yeah,
quick.
so if you're in the process of contracting, and let's say you're brand new, the very first one that we want, carrier we want everybody to get contracted with is United Healthcare, because it's the easiest one to kind of work through how a supplement plan works, how
AHIP and
an
all
advantage plan
that,
works,
yep,
that
all
type
the
of
right
thing, a
number, correct.
prescription drug plan. Once you've got that down solid, then we can add all the other carriers to it, the Humanas, the Aetnas, the Blue Shields, the Blue Crosses, that type of thing.
Scans
So,
in
yeah.
California.
So with that, the checklist is you need to have your California or your other state insurance license, your E&O insurance. The E&O insurance has to be $1 million for most carriers to accept it, okay? What else do we need?
And then it just starts going into the stuff we already talked about.
Right.
You go into your
Your
bio and your
cards,
business cards.
biographies,
You
yeah.
can order some dress shirts like I'm wearing right now if you want to look
Yep.
the part when you go out there and talk to your agents, things like that.
Okay,
I
well,
think that's
thanks,
it.
everybody.
Thank you very much. And so you guys got your homework for the week. And if you need to email me or Kim, it's mark.robertson@bridalwoodinsurance.com, the
Or-
longest email in the world. Oh, it's right.
Or you could just do Mark with a
M-A-R-C,
C,
Mark with a C, Mark with a C at bridalwoodinsurance.com. That's right. I
or
have that one too.
Kim@bridalwoodinsurance.com.
That's easy. Just
Yep.
the name @bridalwoodinsurance.com is always
Okay.
that's it.
We look
Thank you.
forward to hearing from all the participants so we can get you on the roster.
And look for all this stuff in the next
Couple hours.
couple hours. Wow, outstanding.
Okay.
Madison, we good?
Yep, you just gotta push the record button again.
Okay.
Pause it.
Well, thanks, everybody, for attending.